In this video, I'm going to show you how to install and configure a DHCP server. There are several ways that we can install a DHCP server. However, the most two common ways are to use Microsoft Windows Server, such as Windows 2012, 16, or 2019 server, or Linux server. And the other method is to use a layer 3 switches, router, or firewall. For this demonstration, I'm going to use a Cisco layer 3 switches. And let's go ahead and connect this PC to the switch. Okay. And let's go ahead and go into the switch and make the configuration. Now, first thing that I need to do, I need to assign an IP address to these switches. So type no in here and enable config T to assign an IP address to the switch. I type interface VLAN 1, then IP address, then the address itself 192.168.2.5, subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Okay. Then the next command is what? Anybody? No shut. Okay, or stand for no shutdown. So I have successfully assigned the IP address to the switch. Now next thing what I need to do, let's go ahead and create a DHCP server. These are the commands that I will use to create a DHCP server. So let's go ahead and do that. IP DHCP pool, and the pool name, I'm going to call it student. Okay, this pool name can be anything. Alright, enter. The next thing is network. Our next command is network, and this is the subnet that I will be using, 192.168.2.0. The subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Okay, and the next command is the default router. 192.168.2.1. This IP address right here is going to be your default gateway. Okay, so the command default router actually create the default gateway. Now let's look at what else available command in here. The next thing that we probably be interested in is the DNS server. This command will assign a DNS to the network. Okay, alright, now what do I do right here? I assign a class C network or class C subnet to these networks right here. Now let's look at this side right here, a class C, because it has a 255.255.255.0 subnet. For a class C, it has a total of 256 IP. However, the first IP, which is .0, reserved for the network ID, and the last IP .255 is assigned to the broadcast ID. This automatically happens. So anytime that there's a subnet, the first ID or the first IP address of that subnet is always reserved for the network ID, and the last IP address of that subnet always assigned to the broadcast ID. So in this case, we only have 254 available IP address for us to use. Okay, alright, now we already done that, and let's go ahead and look at our PCs right here. It should automatically have the IP address now. Click on the DHCP. Okay, let's see what happened. Here we go. It gets the IP address of .1. Well, you see what happens in here. This PC gets the IP address of .1, but the default gateway already used that same IP address, that .1. This is a major problem. This is what we call it an IP conflict, because in the network world, within a subnet, there should be no an identical IP address assigned to two devices or two PC. So this cannot happen. Now what happened in here? Well, the reason that this happened, because I create the DHCP server, but I did not tell the DHCP server that I need to reserve some IP address for me to use manually or to statically assign those IP address. So the next command that we need to use is IP DHCP exclude right here. So let me get to the previous level. IP DHCP exclude IP address 192.168.2.1 all the way to 192.168.2.20. Now what this does, it actually creates a scope of .1 all the way to .20. It said, hey look, the IP address of .1 and .20 are not available for the DHCP to use. Okay, that's what exactly it does. So let's look at it now. Just click on this and refresh it. There we go. Now it gets the .21 IP now, which is correct because we reserved .1 all the way to .20. So the next available IP address is .21. Okay, that's good. Alright, let's connect this laptop to this switch to see what IP address this laptop will get. Alright, desktop, IP configuration, DHCP. Okay, it gets a 169.254.74.160. The reason why it gets this IP address because there's no communication through yet. In other words, there's no network communication from the laptop to the switch yet. Notice this orange symbols right here. By the way, this 169.254 IP address right here is reserved for it actually get those from the OS, such as the Windows operating system. And this set of IP address, we call it the automatically private IP addressing, or APIPA. Okay, 169.254 set of IP address is an invalid IP address. When a PC or a network device has this IP address, it will not be able to communicate with the network nor get to the internet. So when you do troubleshooting, the first thing you probably need to look at it, make sure that PC or that laptop have a valid IP address. If you see this subnet right here, then you know that something wrong because that IP address is not a valid IP address. Okay. Alright, notice that now it successfully get the correct one, .22. Okay, and in the real world situation, when you attach a server to the network, you normally assign the server a static IP address. And remember, I reserved .1 through .20, so I can use a .2 for this server. Okay, .5 already used for the switch. .1 already used for the default gateway, so .2 is available, so I can assign .2 to this server. This is statically assigned, and the default gateway is 192.168.2.1. Alright, let's see if we can ping it. Okay, I see if I can ping the PC. Well, let's probably better to ping from this laptop. See if we can ping this server 192.168.2.2. There you go. This laptop can ping this server, meaning that there's traffic go from here to the server and come back. Let's see, it can ping the PC, which is right here, .21. There you go. And that's how you create a DHCP server. Thank you.